This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, 660 are awarding their musical scholarship to 4 talented Dunedin students. A Cromwell deforestation site features a new addition which will help them grow. And a major part in Dunedin's musical history is being presented in a street-by-street mural. Tēnā koutou katoa, kia ora, I'm Simon Anderson. 4 Otago University students have hit the right note in their quest for music scholarship backed by Dunedin-founded band 660. The internationally successful band recently bought their old flat at 660 Castle Street, aiming to give 4 students a year the chance to live there and be creative.
The first group of 4 Otago University students selected to live at one of North Dunedin's most famous addresses. 660 Castle Street was where Kiwi band 660 got their start. Next year's scholarship recipients already planning their musical dreams.
I'm sure there'll be some gigs, some music coming out of here next year. Yeah, that'll be the plan.
The band bought the famous address in July this year, with the goal of giving out 4 $10,000 scholarships each year to creative Otago students.
What's underneath is a scholarship that we're providing for students and for people like-minded who are interested in music, not necessarily studying music, but have an interest and maybe studying other stuff, to be able to get mentored by us and have the scholarship to help them realise their dreams.
TJ Zimba, Samuel Lipa, Tiona Hotu and Emily Bell Kerr have been selected as the first quartet of the 660 scholarships. Emily Bell Kerr tried keeping a hold of her emotions when she got the news.
I was just like so emotional. I just really could not believe it. It really, I don't know, it's an incredible opportunity. So as soon as I was trying to play it quite cool on the call, although watching it back I really didn't. But after the call ended, yeah, I was just like, yeah, so amazed.
The scholarships include a $10,000 rent rebate, as well as mentoring from the band and access to the university's new recording studios. While all 4 of the recipients have a passion for music, only 2 are studying towards music-related degrees. The other pair plan to juggle their creative endeavours with a Bachelor of Science and a Bachelor of Physiotherapy. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Police are searching for culprits after 2 robberies in South Dunedin over the weekend. The first happened at the St Kilda Tavern on Prince Albert Road just before midday yesterday. Police say 2 heavily disguised offenders presented a firearm to a bar staff and demanded money but ran off when they were refused. Officers were later called to Hillside Road TAB after one person allegedly robbed the business. Police confirm cash was taken from the premises and say they are open to the possibility that the 2 incidents could be linked. Anyone with information should call 105 or Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111. A new nursery has been the key in helping a Cromwell deforestation site to flourish. The Moakihi Deforestation Trust's latest installation attracted visitors from around the region, helping share the workload.
Central Otago Deputy Mayor Neil Gillespie is getting stuck in. Gillespie was one of several volunteers from around the region who helped install a nursery at the Moakihi Deforestation Trust's site recently. The Moakihi Trust has only been around for 5 years and believes the nursery will help them to achieve their goals.
The nursery is much needed. It's given us a base to store our equipment, to be able to store plants while we get them from various nurseries, and to be able to hold the plants here to acclimatise to the rugged conditions that we have here.
The Trust's aiming to restore and re-establish Indigenous biodiversity in Cromwell's McNulty Inlet and the surrounding area. Similar deforestation groups from the region joined in the nursery's opening to help share their skills and their knowledge.
So it's really satisfying for us to be able to share our young journey with them, because we get a lot of support, encouragement and advice from them.
Giving the Trust a solid foundation from which to grow. In Cromwell, The South Today.
New research has revealed moa may have been indigenous to Rakiura, Stewart Island. Findings published by Otago University and the Department of Conservation analysing a moa skeleton recently dug up on Stewart Island show signs it died naturally. Experts believe the moa died 700 years ago, just after the arrival of Polynesians on the island. But research showed the South Island's giant moa died close to where it was found, suggesting the flightless bird lived on Stewart Island and died a natural death. A street-by-street mural of past and present music venues is being painted at the Dunedin Public Art Gallery, and the Dunedin sound history is being mapped by an artist who has an in-depth and first-hand experience of the subject matter.
From playing music to painting murals like this. Port Chalmers-based musician and artist Robert Scott has been part of Dunedin's music scene since the late 70s, a member of local bands The Bats and The Clean. Now he's leading a project to chart the largely lost music venues at the heart of the Dunedin sound. The experienced bass guitarist and vocalist is now using his artistic skills for the mural, after being commissioned to capture this wrinkle in time.
The Hocken had been planning this, I presume, for some time. They approached me to see if I'd be interested in doing a big mural of the venues. So I thought about it for at least 2 seconds and said yes.
The giant artwork is part of nationwide celebrations for the 40th anniversary of Flying Nun. The music label was started by Roger Shepherd and is heavily associated with early 1980s Dunedin music.
These are all venues that were used by bands, original bands in the 80s and early 90s. So we just got together a list and sort of checked that they were in the right place, and I did a lot of research on how they looked at the time, and the Hocken have been wonderful in finding images for me to check that they're the right look and stuff, and did a big A1 poster first that got digitised, and then we projected that on this wall here and sketched it all in.
The first release on Flying Nun Records was Christchurch band The Pin Group's song Ambivalence. But Dunedin bands The Clean and The Chills became flag bearers for what became known as the Dunedin sound. Robert Scott says some venues remain in Dunedin and some of the structures still stand.
The buildings, the majority of these are still around, but they're not as venues or the same construction. A lot of them have been changed, but a lot of them are still around. You can still see these places. They're just not working as venues anymore.
He's aiming to complete the mural by Friday, telling the stories of Dunedin musicians and scenes involved with the Flying Nun label since its creation. In Dunedin, The South Today.
E Whaiaki nei, still to come on The South Today. While a St Clair bungalow has sold for a record price, another Dunedin resident is channeling a pop icon to sell his property. See you soon.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
I think the best thing about it is we're all there to ride safely and deliver that message to, some of the kids that are out there, hopefully showcase that riders and drivers can integrate together. So yeah, it's just being part of sharing that message really of riding safely when you're out on the road.
No mai anō, welcome back. A modest bungalow beside the St Clair Esplanade has sold for more than $2 million. That figure is thought to be a record price for a house of its size in the Cliffs Road area. The waterfront property was marketed by real estate agents Edinburgh Realty, with strong emphasis placed on the lifestyle of living in St Clair. And around 60 people attended the auction, with the house eventually selling for an impressive $2.175 million. The new owners are from Central Otago and plan to keep the bungalow in its present condition for now. One Dunedin homeowner is using an alter ego to sell his property with a Regal tune underscoring the advert.
I'm paying my dues.
Usually East Otago resident Steve Larkins would be on board cruise ships performing his comedy Freddie Mercury act, but is currently New Zealand bound due to COVID-19. Larkins has instead teamed up with Edinburgh Realty to put together an advert with its own lyrical score.
We came back and due to COVID, of course we've locked down and sitting around twiddling our thumbs thinking how can we best utilise our assets. And so we thought, oh well, we might put the two front sections on the market, subdivide and put the two front sections on the market and just put it out there and see how it goes.
Larkins and his wife always had ideas to subdivide part of their property, and COVID just accelerated their plans. Once travel restrictions are reduced, Larkins is hoping to get back on board the cruise ships. More than 200 kids spent their time playing Go Fish over the weekend, just not the card variety. The annual Take a Kid Fishing Day was held in Oamaru with anglers of all ages having a go.
Hoping to catch the big one, several hundred youngsters got a chance to land a fish at this private pond near Peebles, a little ways north of Oamaru on Sunday. The annual event, which is called Take a Kid Fishing Day, has been running at the Eckholds farm for the last 8 years.
We mainly get about 200 kids and probably 400 or 500 adults turn up each year. So we try to run it as a free day for the kids.
The pond was once upon a time just a swamp on the Eckholds farm, but was converted into a small lake in the 1980s and has been the location for various amateur fishing events over the years.
And my father built the pond probably 40 years ago at least now, and he run kids fishing days here back in the day. But yeah, we've just sort of taken it to the next level with getting salmon and running it from there.
Each year, the Lower Waitaki Irrigation Company supplies about 400 fish to restock the pond.
Each year we get the fish off the salmon farms in Twizel, which are kindly donated and sponsored by the irrigation company.
Fish caught on the day included trout, salmon and even the odd eel. Near Oamaru, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, a group of Queenstowners puts their skin in the game for a good cause, and we have the results from a Tidy Mouth multi-sport event. Hea koko ake nei.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Just plan your route a little bit, choose nice and quiet roads. In the winter it's always nice to ride north and south, that way you get the driest route and less likely to hit black ice.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
What have you got? Okay. Chicks World, Party Time, excellent. Love it. Chicks World. Chicks World. Right.
Hoki mai noa. More than $5,000 has been raised to support a young former Queenstown mother recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. A large group of supporters opened their wallets and took the plunge to receive tattoos to raise funds for Cherie Seymour.
More than 30 people turned up to Queenstown's Crown Plaza to put their bodies on the line to get tattooed, while raising funds for a terminally ill young mother.
So when we found out she was terminal, we just kind of went into mahi mode, and the boys actually got in contact with me and said, we want to do something for Cherie. How about we gift our time and skills and talent for a day of moko?
Cherie Seymour was diagnosed with breast cancer in September. It was soon discovered the cancer had spread to her bones and was terminal. Fundraising event organiser, close friend Ebony Webster, says doors were due to open at 10 a.m, but a large crowd had gathered early.
We were meant to start at 10 o'clock, but we were here early and there were already people lining up at 9 o'clock. We had a group of people who have driven down from Christchurch. They didn't know Cherie at all. They just saw it online and really wanted to support the kaupapa. So yeah, they were here at 9 o'clock, so we pretty much have fully booked out by 10:15.
With tattoos costing between $150 and $300, about $6,000 was raised at the Queenstown event. A Give a Little page has also been set up, with the aim of helping look after Cherie Seymour's children. Donations have already reached $37,000. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Competitors cycled, kayaked and ran in cool conditions yesterday as part of the Tidy Mouth Multisport and Duathlon competition. The event had to be run under COVID restrictions, meaning a cap on athletes enjoying the racing around South Otago.
For those who enjoy competitive kayaking, cycling and running, Taieri Mouth was the place to be on Sunday, with the 5th annual Taieri Mouth Multisport and Duathlon competition being held in cool but not frigid conditions. COVID-19 restrictions limited the event to 100 competitors, with those who were able to take part very pleased to be there.
Like, I was quite excited about it because it's like one of the few events that's on the calendar at the moment, you know, and I think everyone was a bit the same. Everyone's, happy to be here, yeah.
Race convener Scott Weatherall says the goal of the event was to operate safely and within prevailing rules.
The only risk for us is around that briefing. We asked all our athletes to have a mask, which everybody 100% respected. After that, we're out in the wilderness. We've got plenty of fresh air and a little breeze as well, so we think that most of our athletes will keep super safe as well as their volunteers.
Both teams and individuals took part, and Weatherall is pleased with the challenging course.
Torrey Gorge is incredible. The track is tricky, it's hard, it's fast, but it's slippery. And then we've got two options, either the road bike through to Brighton or the mountain bike through to Akatora and return. So who could beat, the South Otago area? It's just outstanding.
A number of those who took part yesterday are hoping to go on to compete in the gruelling coast-to-coast race in February. Near Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. 660 have awarded their musical scholarship to 4 talented Dunedin students. A Cromwell deforestation site is featuring a new addition which will help them grow. And a major part in Dunedin's musical history is being presented in a street-by-street mural. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome Associate Editor Joe Simpson. Kia ora, Joe.
Hi. Several large organisations and possibly multiple schools will be starting today without some staff as the vaccine mandate kicks in.
Right, yeah.
It'll be 100 years since the first radio broadcast was sent out from Dunedin.
Wow.
Latest from the pilot Mitch Gammerin's inquest in Christchurch, and third shots will be available in a fortnight for those who have been vaccinated 6 months.
Yep.
And ice creams for dogs as Dunedin couple launch Scoop Dog.
Wow, I wonder what flavours they've got there.
Indeed.
Tonight's weather.
And now time for a look at the weather.
Proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Looking at the situation for tomorrow, a strong westerly airflow cools across the day with frequent showers in the west spreading to eastern areas later in the day. Starting with the northwest of the island, and here are those showers for both centres, Greymouth on 14, Westport on 15 degrees. Up to the northeast, where Nelson experiences rain as well on 18 degrees. Blenheim escapes the rain, but it is windy on 19. And it's sunny over on the Canterbury coast. Kaikoura reaches 18 degrees. Windy in both Christchurch and Ashburton though, both 17 degrees. To the southern towns, strong westerlies in the area and showers everywhere, and 14 degrees everywhere but the Catlins, which reaches 15. It's similar across central, showers everywhere here too, Te Anau and Queenstown on 14, Wanaka and Alexandra reaching 15 degrees. Further north, the inland towns are similar too, showers and 15 degrees, while on the coast, Timaru and Oamaru reach 20, a fine day only vaguely disrupted by high cloud. In Dunedin tonight, it's high cloud, breezy northerlies and an overnight low of 13 degrees. Wind increases across the day tomorrow with the chance of showers also increasing. Winds change to lighter southwest from evening, a high of 20 and a low of 10. And on Wednesday, it's cloudy with frequent showers and strong cool west to southwest winds, a high of 14 and a low of 9 degrees. And in Invercargill, rain and strong northwesterlies tonight with an overnight low of 11. Cloudy tomorrow and Wednesday and showers remain frequent. Strong winds change from westerlies tomorrow to cooler southwesterlies by Wednesday. Tomorrow sees a high of 14 and a low of 8, while on Wednesday it's 12 and 7. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and you can follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe to be notified of that southern news as it happens. Nō reira, kia pai te pō, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.